All right, now in lighter news, prospective homeowners are debating on what's best, betting your cards on an already existing property or one that for now exists only on paper. Well, there are many considerations to take into account when making this type of life-changing decision. And here to discuss some of these points in our first of a series of segments is Regional Sales Manager at Nefussi Real Estate Group, วน. วน, thanks so much for coming back.
Thank you for inviting me again. It's
our pleasure. All right, so it's assumed that you're not looking for an apartment ready for immediate living. What are some critical differences between buying a ready apartment versus one that will only be built and ready for living in a couple of years?
First of all, I have to put an exception. If someone from our client, because we have, a lot of record, we deal with a lot of foreigners that live Jewish communities outside, international and everything. If someone wants to necessarily immediately somewhere to live, that's his demand. Okay, we follow our customer. That's what we're here for. But there's a huge difference, okay, between taking your money and putting it in a home that already exists, and then generally you have to deal with it, okay? You have to suit your own demands to the home that exists already. Usually you cannot get what you always want, and you have to do the additional preparation and everything. And to do it from a long distance, it's almost impossible. And you cannot manage professionals, okay, when you're not here. You have to rely on someone that you really trust to deal for you, and we think it's not the best option. We usually recommend to buy on the paper something that is not ready, okay? And you have a lot of advantages here. I think the most critical point is liability, okay? Because you have guarantee that someone is responsible for the product that you bought for a long distance. That's the law in Israel.
All right, well, so in Israel, speaking of the law, we have several different government plans that are issued for renovation and reinforcing old buildings, such as Tama 38. What are the differences and what's maybe more preferable?
More preferable is a brand new product, okay? Not something that was built on something. If you're looking on Tama 38/2 is a really good plan, because you ruin the old house that was on the ground and build a brand new one, okay? But Tama 38/1 is something that you have inspect very carefully.
You renovate an existing building.
Renovating on old facilities, okay? You have to take under consideration a lot of complication on the way, and you have to have a good advisor that will tell you exactly what to do and will sit near the building every day to inspect it, okay? Otherwise, it's a little bit risky. The key term here is to have a good advisor, someone that has a good record and did it for a lot of customer, and just take them hand by hand through the target.
All right, so let's move on to maybe some of the trends that you've been seeing in terms of new projects and government policy, and how those trends affect real estate prices.
The general trend, actually, we predict a lack of new homes, new plans, okay, starting even the next new year, next January, February, and because all the plans that we used to know are changing all the time. There's immediate lack every year. And
there's a housing crisis.
It will not, I cannot see a smart solution very soon, because we have to have good authorities that will deal in a national aspect, okay, not in the high demands areas, in a national aspect, to give good plans and to, build good homes. Meanwhile, in the next year or so, we think it will be very delayed, all these plans.
Sounds like the low supply, high demand, very expensive housing.
Classic one, yeah. And this will, push to very high prices. So every day that passing by is a waste of time.
So get in while you can.
While you can. We are here.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.